Percier, mon percier, mon percier, mon percier, mon percier. You might be wondering why I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm gonna share it with you because I'm so happy and I'm so glad, and my brother is not available. I cannot share it with anyone right now, and I'm dying. So, mon percier. Mon percier means my precious, my valuable. And I just listened to a song from Soprano, and it was singing a song which I was able to understand a little bit of it. It's French. I'm obsessed with learning French. I've always been, and 100 exactly. And today I reached day 100 in Duolingo. I couldn't be more happier. And when I listened to the song, I was understanding the concept. I was understanding a little bit of it. And when it says Chaque matin, I was like, every morning? Are you kidding me? Ma famille. I was like, La famille, your family. Aujourd'hui, I know it, I understand. It killed me. Oh gosh, you can't imagine how happy I am today. It doesn't mean I don't have any problem in life. It doesn't mean that I always act as I am happy to be happy, it's a defense. But today I'm really happy. First off, I reached day 100 in Duolingo. I'm learning French and I'm learning Arabic as well because I'm living in UAE. I need to know. I already know the alphabet because the Persian alphabet and the Arabic alphabet are the same. Almost the same. And also in Iran we studied Arabic a little bit at high school, so I know a little bit of it. I know basics. So whenever I want to gain XP, I go to the Arabic. Oops, I just said it. I shouldn't, right? When I want to win a league, and I'm online. Yeah, I know. But now that I reached to the main points in Arabic, I'm not studying it very much. I'm studying it equally with French. I started Arabic when I reached day 30 in French. First I started French, and thanks to my lovely friend Reza, merci beaucoup for introducing this lovely app to me. Okay, today, okay, I want to be honest with you 100%. I'm not a breakfast person. I don't love breakfast. I don't eat breakfast if I don't have to, especially when my parents are not around. Otherwise, they're gonna force me to. And I usually have a little bite from my brother's breakfast. The breakfast I make is mainly for my brother, and I just have a little bit of it because I don't like breakfast. And I always wake up, the first thing I make is a cup of coffee, black coffee, with no sugar, no sweetening, no milk, nothing. Just black coffee. And j'aime le café. J'aime le café. Yeah, I love coffee. I actually cannot live a life without it. I said I am addicted to it. So today morning, my brother decided to have adasi, yesterday's dinner, for breakfast. In Iran we usually make that for breakfast, and he already had that, and I was not feeling hungry, and I just had my coffee and I didn't have anything. But if you are a breakfast person, have your yesterday's dinner for today morning's breakfast. It's good. And you can have it both for dinner and for breakfast, but the best time for having lentils, beans and such things is dinner. And if you want, you can have the oatmeal. And don't worry, tonight I'm gonna prepare tomorrow's breakfast at the end of the video. So because it is an overnight breakfast, so in the morning when you wake up, and I'm trying to make the videos in a way that you don't need to watch the whole video of the next day to know what you need to buy. I try, if I remember, I tell you exactly what you need the day before. For example, on day 2, I announce what we will have for day 3, if I know what it will be. So tonight I'm gonna prepare tomorrow's breakfast. And one more thing I have to say, because I'm becoming proud of myself and I want you also to be proud of me. And if you feel necessary, you just do the same thing. And also I'm gonna give you some medicinal information, not to go to the pharmacy and get the medicine, but about their adverse effects, the classifications, blah 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 blah. So long story short, let's get back to the work. Okay, first thing that I wanted to show you because I'm proud of it. Okay, here I think you have seen this a lot. This is our daily routine. It is in Persian, and I wrote 4 days, Saturdays, Sundays, the days we must go out, the days that we're gonna stay at home. Every day had its own program. So now that we are on track, my brother and I, so I don't need this program anymore. And I am starting, and now that I reached day 100 in French, and I know I'm learning, and now that I listen to a song, I can partially understand, not completely, maybe 10%, but that's too much for me. So now I am going to study about medicines. Yeah, I said before that I'm a clinical pharmacist. I graduated, I did my internship in hospital, such an internship. And but the problem with us pharmacy students, medical students, all of us, is that, and everybody knows it, the government knows it, I will tell you how. So we have so many subjects to pass during the year, and too many information that we must study. And it's not only about medicine, it's medicinal chemistry, pharmacology. We only have 2. I'm talking about the syllabus in India, and I don't know about other countries. And we had 2 subjects as pharmacology, 1 and 2. We had it in 2nd and 3rd year. Then we had pharmacotherapeutic. It means the diagnosis plus the medication that they are good for that disease according to the signs, symptoms, and everything. And we have 3 pharmacotherapeutic. The remainings are pharmacokinetic, pharmaceutic, and so many other subjects that, like organic chemistry, and so many things. So a couple of days ago, I realized, you remember I said if I be interested in something, I make sure to know that thing from 0 to 100. I hate having half knowledge or less knowledge of something that I'm interested in. Recently, I realized that I need, actually I always used to say I'm gonna get the pharmacy degree and then bye-bye. That's what I always said. But now that I graduated and I'm carrying that name, even though I don't want to continue my life as a pharmacist, it's boring. And even though I'm not going to, actually I don't want to, but who knows, maybe I will. Maybe at some point that will be my destination, who knows? Nobody knows. I know we have our choices. I know we make the decisions, but at the end we gonna reach into something that we have no other option, and that would be our best choice. So pharmacy might be my best choice in future. But that's not the reason that I started re-studying and re-memorizing and relearning and learning new things also that I haven't been able to read and study during the college time. And the health ministry of each and every country, they know about that, so that there is a compulsory 2 years experience prior giving you the certificate of being authorized. And I want to re-study and relearn and memorize. I'm awful at memorizing stuff. I'm terrific at learning. You just explain one thing, one procedure to me once, go with it. And I don't even need to hear it once again. But memorizing names, I'm awful at people's names. You tell me a name, I promise you to forget it in a second. You don't even, you just do 1, 2, 3, ask me. I'm not going to remember. So it's the same thing with medicines. There are names and I need to memorize them and I need to know them each and everything. I will explain to you day by day maybe that why exactly I'm starting to do this, but long story short, and let's get back to our food, so I'm gonna tell you this. And while I'm reading and learning, I will teach you too. But the main things, not the details. So if you want the details, go and learn. Okay, so the things that you need to know. I'm starting with antibiotics. A couple of months ago, when I first came to Dubai, I can say a year and a half or something, I first came here, I realized that unlike many undeveloped countries, I should say, in Dubai, antibiotics are not OTC. It means they are not over-the-counter medicine. So OTC stands for over the counter. It means without prescription you will be able to get them. It is not with the same with the antibiotics here, and I love that. So I asked about it, that why is it like this in Dubai, why they are caring about it. I wanted to know this, good answer that I already knew. I wanted to hear it from some other person, but the other person, okay, leave it. And then once I was in a pharmacy, I saw a guy came in and he showed his hands filled with some, I don't even know them in Farsi. How can I explain them to you? The color changed and it looked like a fungal, but it wasn't, because he came and he said, whenever I eat fish, this appears only on my hand, and they are not itchy, they are not irritating, and they don't hurt. And now I think it is fungal. He prescribed himself. I think it is fungal. Give me an antifungal. I saw the pharmacist, the person in charge, he might not even be a pharmacist, he gave him antifungal. And it was the time that I was like, I wanted to eat my brain. You could, so I knew it is not antifungal. The fish doesn't give you fungal. I know that people get hypersensitive, people have allergy to fish. I'm a person I myself have allergy to fish. I only vomit, I only puke, and I get some rashes. Nothing appears on my skin, but I know that might happen and it differs from people to people. I wanted to jump in between, but then I was like, what is the medication for? What if you tell him that this is wrong, you shouldn't give him this medicine, and he asks you, who the hell are you? And then I introduce myself as doctor, and then he'd be saying, tell me the medicine name, and I don't know. I don't know which medicines are now using for this disease. There are so many antihistamines. I could tell him antihistamines, then he would ask me to suggest one. Then what would I say? Then what could I say? But I couldn't, as always, I couldn't stay silent and do nothing. So I had his number, I had the pharmacy number, so I told him and he got upset. He didn't reply me back. Anyways, I said what I had to do. And I came home and I did so many researches, I studied about it, I learned a little bit, and I was like, what if I face something like this in future and I want to jump in between, because I care, I truly care, and I try not to, but it eats me alive. You know, there's something inside me that if I can help, I should help, and I must. It's a must for me. And sometimes I just randomly see some people just, you know, they are in need, and I know, and they are not in need, they are coming to me and asking me for help, and I already know I can do it. And the other thing that I know is that he also can pay someone whose job is doing this and ask him to do it. And I know if I make this happen, the other requests will start and it will disturb my life, and it will fuck my schedule. But I used to help. But now I started having a limit for myself of helping people. And when I avoid it, for example, someone comes to me and tells me, can you do this for me? It's a legal issue, and because I help my father in his business, I have a little bit of information, and I know where to go for what to do, what not to do, how to talk, how not to talk. And I know a little bit of this business and legal and this stuff, and I can help that person. And I help them in the beginning sometimes, because if I don't, something eats me alive. I should have a fight inside myself that why didn't you help them? And then I try to convince myself that because of these reasons I didn't. Then, you know, it eats me alive. But recently I decided to help as much as it doesn't hurt my benefits, and it doesn't hurt me, my feelings, my schedule, my life. If it doesn't disturb my life, then I will help. Otherwise, I'm like, okay, so what? He can go to another person, and I introduce them to someone who is able to do that. So yeah, for that purpose, I guess I'm gonna put this video as a single video, and then I'm gonna create the daily routine and continue only about the food and the information. So I started with antibiotics. First, I'm gonna learn each and every class of antibiotics, and among that, I will learn 1 or 2, 3, 4 maximum names of the medicine under that classification. Some little information just to memorize. I just want to memorize the antibiotics names. And hi, 5 minutes. Come back in 5 minutes. My brother is disturbing me. Close the door, please. Huma. Thank you. Oops. Sorry, I'm not going to edit or cut off anything, and I'm not going to re-record anything. I recorded once, I put it there. I have a life, as I said, and I'm talkative, I know. So I'm gonna write a little bit information about that medicine. It helps me to memorize it. Usually people memorize keywords to memorize a whole sentence. I memorize a whole sentence to remember the keywords. I don't know why my brain function is opposite to everybody that I know. Okay, so for the beginning, we have 2 main categories of antibiotics. One of them, I'm gonna say it in easy words. One of them doesn't kill the bacteria, it only reduces, minimize their reproduction, their birth, their development, and it avoids them from getting more. Easier way to say it. And it doesn't kill them, so it reduces and it weakens them, it makes them weak. There is another type which it kills the bacteria. So today I'm gonna learn about the ones that they call them bacteriostatic agents. So today I'm going to talk about this bacteriostatic agents with just restricting growth and reproduction. But surprisingly, I saw one that it occasionally leads the bacteria to death. Occasionally, which it means that the it is under the macrolides group, and they are like, you might have taken them frequently because they are the second most prescribed antibiotics, like erythromycin, azithromycin, clarithromycin. This one was new, I haven't heard of it. Clarithromycin. Clarithromycin. See, this much I remember. Okay, I'm gonna just put it there, and then I'm gonna talk about antibiotics today. Definitely not these. These are for me. I have other information to tell you, which if you listen carefully, you'll avoid using antibiotics like chocolate chips. They're not good. Not at all. I mean, they are at some point, but not for each and everything. You need an antibiotic. Shut the fuck up. Oops. First get diagnosed, then see which antibiotic is good for you. Then go for it with the physician prescription. I will explain while I'm cooking in the next video. So I cannot say bye-bye now because I'm gonna see you in a while, like in 10 seconds. But it's the end of the one video that I'm going to upload, so bye. Oh, salut, au revoir, ciao, خدافز.